Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Aqil Zulkhairi. Today, I would like to explain about rugby tackles. As we know, rugby is a sport that have a tackle element in the rugby movement. So, now I would like to share with you how to improve the tackle potential in rugby. Let's go.
What is tackle in rugby? A tackle occurs when the ball carrier is held by one or more opponents and is brought to the ground. Opposition who held the ball carrier and do not go to the ground are not a tackle. It's stated by World Rugby. So, how do you tackle in rugby? The best way to stop the ball carrier is to get hold of them and tag them to the ground. To be considered tackle, the ball carrier must be held by one or more opponents and put on the ground or on top of another player on the ground. As little as one knee on the ground is enough. So that's how you tackle in rugby. Now, I would like to explain about procedure of tackle in rugby. So they have three phases in rugby tackles. The first phase is pre-contact, second is contact, and lastly is post-contact. So in pre-contact phase, they have five components that you have to understand. In this phase, the first is head up and forward. So you have to facing your opponents. Secondly, your elbow will close and hands up to make sure you are ready to catch the opponent. Secondly, is upright to low, which is tipping movement, and make sure your back is straight positions and center of gravity in front of base supports to make sure you are balanced and ready to receive any pressure. And now we move to next phase, which is a contact phase. This is when the tackle have a contact with the opponents. So you have to make sure your head placement is on the correct side to make sure you have a better positions to tackle your opponents. Next, you have to make sure your center of gravity is lower than your opponents. We move to the last phase, which is post contact. This is the phase when the tackler have take down the opponents to the ground. So your shoulder and leg must be ready because they are playing an important role in order to lift up the opponents to the ground. So you have to release the ball carrier and complete for the possessions when you have take down the opponents. So we move to the next sections, which is you have to focus in exercises that will improve your tackle potential in rugby. For the first exercise is goblet squat. So this is the exercise that will improve your lower body strength. So the procedure is hold a dumbbell vertically in front of your chest, cupping the top end in both hands, and stand with your feet hip to shoulder width apart. Next, keeping your back flat and elbows pointed down, push your hips back and lower your body until your thighs are least parallel to the ground. Lastly, pause and then slowly push yourself back up to the starting positions. So you have to make sure you're doing this exercise is slowly motions to make sure it is have a effect to your lower body strength. So I would suggest this exercise would be done 3 times per week. For the intensity is 70% of your 1 RM and doing in 8 reps and 3 sets. Okay, now we move to the next exercise, which is standing calf rise. So this is to improve your calf strength because the calf is playing the main important role in tackle movement. So for the procedure, holding a dumbbell in your left hand, stand with the ball of your left foot on the elevated surface with your left heel hanging off. Next is keeping your core engaged. Raise your left heel as high as possible. Slowly lower your heel down onto the raised surface until you feel a stretch in your calf. Repeat and do equal reps on both legs. Make sure you repeat this exercise and apply to your both legs because you have to make sure the both of your legs are have a equal strength to perform the tackle well. You can do this exercise 3 times per week with 70% of 1 RM, 8 reps, and 3 sets. So you can done this training in only 10 minutes. Next is push press. This is the exercise that will be improve your upper body strength. So the procedure is keep your grip fairly narrow and your forearms vertical underneath the bar. Grip the bar hard and bend your knees just slightly and then drive up as powerfully as possible. Once you get the movements down, up the weights and press that weight up. So you can done this exercise 2 times per week with 70% of 1 RM, 8 reps and 3 sets and can be done in 10 minutes. Next is Romanian deadlift. So this is the exercise that will improve your upper body strength. So the procedure is bend down and grab the bar with a slightly wider than shoulder width grips. Be sure to keep your back flat and shoulders over the barbell. Once you have started set the back, brace the core and push the hips back while maintaining a flat back. Keep the knees positioned over the ankles. Once you have assumed a position in which the hamstrings are contracted, the back is flat, and the barbell is a few inches below the knee. Stand up, keeping the barbell close to your body. At the top of movement, contract the upper back, core, and glutes by flexing from the middle of the back to the buttocks glutes. You can then the exercise in 2 times per week with 80% of 1 RM, 6 reps and 3 sets. It can be done in 10 minutes. For the last exercise that I would suggest that can be enhance your tackle potential in rugby is power clean. So this is a power training. For the procedure, step up to the bar, position your feet in a shoulder width, hand hold the bar just past the shoulder width, set up back your stretch. Align the bar over the balls of your toes, drop the hips so your shoulders are directly above the barbell. Engage the core, pull your head up and make sure your elbows are facing out. Start lifting the barbell. Push the feet against the floor. Keep your core engaged. Next, when you lift the barbell to the mid, upper thighs, explosive extend your hips. You can shrug your shoulders, elbows should be bent outwards. Pull your body underneath the bar to receive it on your shoulders. Lift your elbows up, push your shoulder forwards and slightly up. Lastly, in the power version of the lift, you should aim to receive the barbell high. in a stable half squat position. So, as it is a power training, you can do this training one times per week with intensity of 90% of 1 RM, 1 reps with 3 sets. It can be done in 15 minutes.